And she was like, just talk about yourself.
Yeah.
You're filming right now, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, should I just talk?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hi, I'm Lexi Lepler, McAllister class of 2010. I was international studies major with minors in Chinese and anthropology, and I'm actually one of the first class of people who got a minor in Chinese because it didn't exist until that spring, and I actually didn't even know that I was going to get one until all of a sudden someone told me that it existed, and then I was like, oh, cool, I have another minor. I started studying Chinese my senior year of high school, and then, but it was kind of a joke, and then in McAllister started kind of again for real. And my junior year, I studied abroad in Hangzhou with the Middlebury CET program, which was like intensive Chinese. And basically the reason for that was I was kind of like, you know, Chinese in the States is good, but unless I actually go there and suffer for my education, I won't actually get good at Chinese. And then the second semester of that year, I actually took a semester off from McAllister and stayed in China and did an internship with a high school study abroad program in Kunming in Yunnan province in south of China. And since graduation, I actually worked for that same company again over the summer, leading a summer program. And then I traveled around China a bit, and then I got a job where I'm now based in New York. I work for a company called Summer Discovery, which runs pre-college enrichment programs for high school students, and the majority of the programs are in the States, and that's why I'm based in the States, but we also run a program in China, in Beijing and Shanghai for a month in the summer. So I'm actually in Shanghai right now. This is kind of like a marketing trip that I do, where I go to a bunch of different cities and visit international schools and also meet with international agents who are helping to bring more Chinese kids over to our programs in the United States. So it's kind of a cool, not just bringing like American and international kids to China and being super excited and teaching them all about China, but also helping to bring Chinese kids to the States. And on a day-to-day basis, I use Chinese not a ton when I'm in New York, but we do have like some Chinese parents who'll call into the office, and then I get to show off for all my coworkers because they're like, why are you making that grunting tonally sound? Like they are really freaked out when I start speaking Chinese. But now when I'm back in China, and then I'll be back for a month in July for the summer as well, and so I get to keep up my Chinese, and it's been really cool. And like one of the reasons I got this job is because of my background in Chinese and my kind of love of going back and forth to China, which is not something that is, that easy to find in people. But yeah, McAllister Chinese department was very, very good to me. And, I think we were the first, our class, 2010, was the first time that there was third year Chinese and the first time that there was fourth year Chinese. So the department's definitely blown up, and that's a good thing. And I think there's a major now, too, which I think I probably would have had if there had been one, because I took Chinese all the time. Cool.
Hi, everybody. My name is Andy, Andy Charlton, or Tian Andy, and I've lived in China since, the first time I came to China was 2008, when I studied abroad in Kunming, Yunnan province, and then I came back after graduation. I worked at the World Expo in Shanghai, at the USA Pavilion, and then traveled, and through the pavilion I met somebody who got me my job now at the school that I work at. I teach second grade at an international school called Shanghai High School International, and I was a linguistics major, Chinese minor. Woot.
Linguistics?
Yeah, yo. And that helps a lot, I think, in learning Chinese, to do both of those things together, to study linguistics and a foreign language, was really cool. I think Chinese helped me at that also. So if you're interested, check that out. And there's a new linguistics class, or like Green is teaching like a new, or like he's been doing that, right? Chinese linguistics a little bit. I don't know. I thought about that. Yeah. And Chinese, I don't use it a lot at work. I use it in like the copy room to make copies. Use it with the kids in my ESL class in third grade who don't speak much English, and there's usually two teachers for ESL, one foreign teacher and one Chinese teacher, and now they have two foreign teachers because I'm the Chinese teacher. And yeah, I learned a lot at McAllister. I failed a lot of tests at McAllister. My writing was terrible, and I still don't practice it. And now I just type.
Yeah.
But in cabs, on the street, with coworkers, you can ask for new phrases, you can learn new Chengyu. There's so much you can do, even just living here. And then I go home maybe 2-3 months a year for the summer and maybe a little bit. No, I guess I didn't go home this winter. I went to Malaysia, which was really fun. And that's what you can do if you live an expat life in Shanghai. I play Frisbee 3 times a week. It's a lot like college. And I hope you guys are having a good time studying and be good to your teachers.
What's the shutter button? Recording? Cool. What up, everybody? My name is Evan Coles-Harris, McAllister class of 2010. You can call me Taiwan if you want to. I think a lot of people at McAllister did. But let me tell you what McAllister's Chinese department did for me. I showed up freshman year thinking I was hot shit because I had studied it in studied it in high school, and they can bleep that later if they want to, if they feel it's necessary. Showed up having studied it in high school, like took the placement test, and they were like, "You need to start over." I was like, "Great, fun."
4 years.
Yeah, good time. I learned a lot. But my Fayin is apparently very biaojun. But yes, I took Chinese at McAllister all 4 years. I had Jin Lao Shi, Yang Lao Shi, An Lao Shi, and Ge Lao Shi as teachers in that order. And without them, I would not be in China today. Like, if I hadn't been studying Chinese at McAllister, I never would have gone to the graduate school I went to. I went to the Hopkins Nanjing Center, class of 2011, just a one-year program. Like, made tons and tons of cool friends, awesome connections, like, nothing better than Lion Guanxi on the mainland here. Like, I've got 2 jobs now in Nanjing, but that's a secret. I'm only supposed to have 1. I work at Nanjing University teaching English to freshmen and sophomores, and also at a video game company. And I don't have to speak Chinese for either of those jobs, but, you know, everybody seemed really impressed that I spoke it at all. And so they're like, "Wow, 这个老外讲得挺好的呀。"
讲得挺好呀。他国语讲蛮好，蛮好。
国语 Nanjing they still say 国语. It's great. But yeah, anyway, like my whole life right now is China based, and it wouldn't be if it weren't for McAllister's classes. I just wanna give a shout out to Jin Lao Shi, because still, every day, anytime I make a phone call, I think to myself, "Give your mother, spank the phone." And Chinese has brought so much joy to my life. And but yes, special love to the McAllister Chinese department. Keep growing, you know, expanding. Show those Ruben what we think of them. No.
Occupy humanities.
Suzuki Sensei. Yes, you're a great person too. Love you too. But yeah, go China, go McAllister. Sweet.
同学们好，新年快乐！给你唱一首歌，好吧？
好的。
这些年，一个人，风也过，雨也走，有过泪，有过痛。还记得坚持什么？真爱过才会懂，会寂寞，会回首，正有梦，正有你在心中。
朋友一生一起走，那些日子不再有，一句话，一辈子。一生情，一杯酒。